Good morning, my beautiful followers. How is everyone doing today? How's everyone doing? I'm just sitting here drinking my coffee in one of my favorite mugs. Coffee is my love language. Yep, totally. I have a bit of an obsession. I should probably drink less coffee. But why? It's actually, I supplement my coffee with water and occasionally tea too. But yes, I have a coffee obsession. Definitely have a coffee obsession. It's just like warm and cozy in the morning. It just is. It is. So hopefully we can get through this live stream without my kitten rooting the tree. She has been quite the pussy this morning. Quite the pussy. She's been like up my butt. She's like, pet me, pay attention. So hopefully she does not knock the Christmas tree down while on this live stream. So anyway, I was sitting there this morning, literally in the bathroom. I was sitting in the bathroom because I ate something gluten-y yesterday, and I don't know, my stomach was like, what the heck did you do? Because I'm not usually a big gluten eater, but whatever. But this particular food just really got to me. And so I was sitting there in the bathroom. I know, sexy Addison, you're starting it out with bathroom thoughts. But I was sitting there in the bathroom. I was actually listening to a video and just really thinking. And yesterday, this could also be my stomach issues this morning. Yesterday, I had some personal work done on my pussy. I actually had some release work done because I'm a big fan of whether it is like somebody you're in a relationship with, yourself, or even if you have a practitioner or somebody who does like pelvic release work, but for women and men, to really make sure that they are taking care of the musculature inside your vaginal canal, or externally, obviously for men with a little bit, there's some internal work too. But I'm not going to go, this is not on pelvic release. But I was sitting there and I was thinking about my pelvic release yesterday because I had somebody in my life did some work on me, and I'm sitting there and was thinking about some of the comments they had made about, you know, it just feels like this energy that you're holding is really just like stuck. And there was this one spot that really I was focused in on moving energy from. And as I was doing it, this other person was like, you need to just kind of lean into this energy. Like, don't like rub it out. Like, don't try to like get into that muscle and really like push it and like really like work it out. Really breathe into it. Like hold, like put a little pressure and then just breathe into it. And I'm like, yeah, I know you're right. And it was like, well, you're just going to purge this energy. This energy is purging. And really, I have this massive purging going on in my life right now. I see all this purging going on in my personal life. In my body, I'm like watching as like my body is like clearing shit that I've held for years. And I didn't even know I was holding. Because I'm always doing my own work. And you should be too. I hate coaches and practitioners that are like, no, I've done all my work. I'm like, no, that means that you've stopped growing, you've stopped expanding. But anyway, so the message from this other person was to put pressure and then breathe into it. And I started thinking, I'm in the bathroom and I'm like, oh, my stomach hurts and I'm purging stuff. Again, I find myself purging all of this gunk, and again, some of that was probably energy plus the gluten. But I started thinking about really our world right now and this purging energy that is coming up. All my clients are coming to me being like, oh, I have these emotions coming up. I have this energy coming up. I have this resistance coming up. I have all this shit coming to the surface. And they're trying to make meaning of it. And just like there are times when something comes up on us and we go, ooh, like what is that? Like I do need to dig in. I need to dig into that. I need to find out why all of a sudden I became like, I don't know, exceptionally jealous, or why all of a sudden like my energy changed. There are times when we do need to dig in. If we're like trying to manifest something and we see that it's not happening, we really have to dig into not like making it happen, but really digging into, okay, well, where is this belief system being stuck? What's going on? What's going on that this continual cycle keeps happening? But that's actually not my message for today. Because in truth, sometimes we just need to purge. Sometimes we need our bodies, our minds, our spirits to just let things fucking go. Let things go. And oftentimes we know the difference. So again, I've had several clients coming to me with this, and one is trauma. I've had a lot of people coming to me, and I've done some of my own trauma work. I shared this in Addison Unleashed a couple weeks ago, that I had done some trauma work, and it had come up, and I just let it kind of flow, and I did this work, and there was a point where I was like, I need to make meaning of this. I need to dig in. I need to journal. And guess what? That felt like, ugh. Like, why am I going to re-anchor this? Why am I going to push so hard into this? There's especially when we're working on trauma or deeper rooted and seated stuff like our belief system, sometimes shit comes up. And what we want to do as humans, and I know as a Virgo, I definitely want to do this. I want to understand everything, but sometimes the best thing to do is to really let it go. Feel it. Not like, oh, like, fuck that, like, I'm just going to let it go. No, that's not the energy we're doing this in. This is this, having an emotion, having something come up and go, I feel that. That's interesting. And just letting it go. Not even getting any more curious than, like, that's interesting. That's a little abnormal for me. And just letting that energy go, letting it flow. Like I said yesterday, I did this release work on my pussy, and I found myself just crying, and I was like, I had a moment of, why am I crying? And then I went, why do I care why I'm crying? Why do I care that I have tears just streaming down my face? It doesn't matter. It was held emotion, and it doesn't matter what it is. I don't need to label it. I don't need to contain it. I don't need to journal about it. I don't need to box the fucker in. And that's oftentimes what we want to do. By over-analyzing certain things in our lives, we end up creating more resistance. We really box everything in, and we end up not being able to fully purge it. We hold it in our bodies. The other thing we like to do around this time of the year, hold on one second. Hey, look, out of the fireplace. Out of the fireplace. Oh, I'm gonna have ashy footprints all over my house. The cat with white paws, and she just stepped into the fireplace. It's gonna be fun. Oh, I love you. I love you. Okay. Oh, not on the couch. Not on the couch. Okay, sorry. I'm refocused on you. So the other thing we like to do around this season is we get on this mission. We're like, I'm gonna change my life. We're getting to a new year. I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna sink in, which can be a beautiful energy. If you're like, I'm gonna make some freaking changes. I have not made the changes. I've not been living the way I want to get into more of alignment. That's beautiful. But what we like to do is go, I'm gonna purge my shit. I'm gonna really dig in here. I'm gonna dig in, and I'm gonna push, and I'm gonna push, and I'm going to kind of rub this out. Just like in an orgasm, when somebody's like, I'm just gonna rub this orgasm out. It turns to shit. It's never a good orgasm. It's never good. That is what shit sex is, and that also ends up being what your shit life is. That is when you become more resistant. That's when you really, really struggle even more, because we're trying to force something. We're trying to force a purge that isn't ready to happen. When things just naturally come up in us and we let it flow, when we allow that kind of feminine energy to just come up and move through us. And even in our masculine, guess what? Our feminine will bring up these emotions, bring up these actions. Our spirit will be like, here's what you need to do. And then You just go do it. Now, if there's like this push, like you have to really push and you really have to like work at it, guess what? You're not ready to release that. You're not ready to release that goal-wise. You're not ready to actually do it. And you're not ready to release it emotion-wise. In pelvic release work, there's this thing where if it gets to a certain level of pain, we need to stop. We need to stop. We need to back off a little bit. You know why? Because it's not ready to release. It's too painful. It's too painful. And then at the other end, there is this numbing process that happens. And I know that I'm talking pelvic release, but this is so applicable to our lives. There's this numbing period, and also if you're numb, you can't feel it. You can't feel it. Well, guess what? In our lives, this energy will come up in us, and if we hang with it and just let it flow through us, then we're really purging. That's a true purge. You don't want to force something. If you're trying to force the purge, force the release, force yourself to let go of shit, forcing and letting go don't work together. Those are contradictory. You have to just allow. You have to see what's coming up and just allow that flow. And I know I'm talking a lot about flow and people are like, yeah, it's going to have to flow. But it really is the case. It's not that you're not doing your work. It's not that you're not looking at your shit and going, oh, like actually that's something I need to look at. You know, where am I in resistance? But if it is you pushing, you working, you trying hard, then you're not really releasing. You're not really purging. It shouldn't hurt. It shouldn't hurt at that level. Yeah, it might get uncomfortable. But you should not be rubbing one out. Just like in your sex, you're not rubbing it out. There should be a flow to it. There should be this massive flow to this purging situation. And so, the same way as when you're in the bathroom, you know, if you're working too hard at it, then you probably need to look at why you're trying so hard, what you're not putting into your body, where you're not filling yourself, where you're not really nourishing yourself, and where you're not letting things flow. Where you're not letting things flow. I know, that's sexy bathroom talk. Bathroom talk. But yeah, there is this purging that happens. And this time of year is a beautiful time to do this purging. But when we're forcing it, it's not going to have its desired effect. We have to let things come up as they need. And then we have to stop over-analyzing it and going, why did this come up? What does this mean? This is what's coming up. And I'm just going to let this flow. And I'm going to let this be. And I'm going to let this flow through me. And I'm not going to overanalyze it. I'm going to deal with what's in front of me. And I'm not going to continue to rub one out. Again, what the suggestion was of my beautiful, beautiful helper yesterday with this pelvic release was to put a little pressure, because guess what? We do need a little pressure. We don't purge things without a little bit of pressure. You put a little bit of pressure, and then you breathe into it and just relax and let it flow through you. Instead of really getting in there and like really rubbing it out, it's not going to work. You just like put some pressure and breathe into it and let the muscles relax. Well, put a little pressure on yourself, feel what you need to feel, and then let yourself relax into it. Let yourself relax into it. And whatever comes up, don't judge it. Just be like, okay, right now I'm crying. Right now I'm happy. Right now, like, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at, especially with everything going on in the world right now. There is so much stuff coming up. And this is not a free reign of, okay, go be in your ego. This is like, I feel this anger. Maybe I feel this anger coming up. Not go and act the anger out. It's, let me take a witness of this. Let me see that I've got some anger and that's interesting. And I'm just going to let this flow through me, not at other people. I'm just going to like let this energy go. I'm going to let it come through me. I'm going to let this fear, this scarcity, whatever is coming up, go. I'm going to just allow myself to purge what needs to be purged, but not force myself to try to purge things that aren't ready to be purged, because guess what? That's how we create more resistance, more holding in the body, more holding in our life, and more fucking walls to break down. So, purge what's ready to be purged, and Other than that, breathe into it. Breathe into it. So on another note, before I let you beautiful people go, if you're in the DFW area, I have my Tantric Reboot coming up the middle of January. I do this with Kendall Williams. This is a great way to just kick your butt into 2021. This is not a sexual workshop. This is a workshop of connecting with yourself, getting your energy moving, including your sexual energy, but getting all your energy points moving, really getting in alignment with you and getting a flow in your entire life. It's going to give you some tools that you can use for the remainder of the year and get you hopefully high vibing in your life and kicking some ass in 2021. So you can find that at addisonbell.net. Click on the events page. Other than that, I'll see you beautiful people tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. As always, go check my coaching page if you're interested in coaching. Although I actually think I'm about at my limit for clients right now, but I think I have 1 or 2 slots, but I am definitely starting to cap out on clients. So if you want to work with me one-on-one, go to addisonbell.net and fill out my application. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you.